2025, maybe it's all about the hurt, the contact of any hurt so bad. And I didn't put it together till after like a years that I don't even know if he knew that I wiggled out of that. I felt like I was giving him the cold shoulder, literally.
Well, if 399 pounds came on my back and leaned on it like that, I would be passing out.
Well, you got a point. But I never told him. But if he watches this, then he's going to know. But
so let me ask you guys a question. Once you find out you had fibromyalgia, I know with me, it took me a while for my mind and my body to on the same path, because it was like you go from being completely healthy to now I can't do none of this. And it took, because you're mentally, I'm like, I'll try it. And I just did more damage. So was it a time frame where you going through, I still can do this, and you couldn't, and then that's another reason why depression set in. So did you have any,
Oh, most definitely. I think was my biggest thing was getting my mind. My mind still hasn't necessarily caught up to my body. And I don't think that it ever will, if I'm being honest. I'm a very emotional person, so my emotions trump the mind and the body. My heart trumped both of them, to be honest. So if my heart says that I'm in something, I'm in it. And unfortunately, into children. And I tell everybody I have no plans on retiring. And that is an example of my mind being delusional to my body. I don't know that. I don't know. I don't think that it ever does. For me, I obviously come to grips with it. And when I did finally come to grips with having to rest, then I had to come to grips with the guilt of letting people down or letting things down, or like not really significant things for my sisters or for my mom or even for JoJo. And it was just like crazy because I'm a supportive person. So it was just like not being able to do things. So now I feel bad. So back to what you were saying about how do I get people to that, it kind of for me how I got people to understand it was understanding it for myself. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way with figuring out what my body can take and not take. So when I was learning and going through what I call my episodes, the way I just like really move, or I'm crying and I need to go to the hospital, and everybody know I'm anti-hospital. I don't want to go. But when I get to the point where I'm hot, I can't move, and somebody got to pick me up and all of that. Unfortunately, my son, my boyfriend, my parents, they've all witnessed it. And then they also witnessed me go hard. So we all came to grips with it at the same time. Like, this is not good for you. And then I had to be like, okay, am I going to figure it out? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, actually. Kanisha, about you said something about you your hand out before people get to you.
Yeah, I do, because sometimes you get like you said, those individuals that haven't seen you in a long time and that just want to hang on you, and that no, it's so bad to where it feels like my skin is on fire. Even with certain clothes that I wear, I have to be mindful. It cannot be too tight. Even with, or blankets or coats, I have to make sure that just getting dressed, that okay, it's comfortable. Even with wearing the seatbelt, I have to have my seatbelt so loose to where I'm basically, you can't feel it. It's just, back to your original question, I'm fighting with what I can and cannot do, because my mind will tell me all day long, nope, you used to do this, you can do this, and I will try. I will definitely try. And I end up paying for it later. But just keeping that young set of mind, I think, is what gives me strength as far as wanting to keep going and pushing myself. I don't want to give up.
Yeah, well, absolutely. That's good. That's a mindset, because what's important, it took me a couple of years for that to I used to be able to run around Stone Mountain in less than an hour. Now I can't get around Stone Mountain. If I do, I'm down for a week. Okay, so it's like, I know. So now it's like I take different routes around Stone Mountain. I take the flat routes. So you have to create a new normal in order for you to keep going. So I have two specific questions.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I learned to not be embarrassed on if I needed help. If I needed to be pushed in a wheelchair, not to worry about what other people was thinking. and be okay with my cane or wearing my braces when I wasn't feeling confident as far as me going out and doing certain things. So just getting beyond that point of what people were thinking.
Yeah, I didn't care what thinking. I had to figure that thing out. But I have two questions for all of you. Managing the pain. How do you manage the pain? And my second question, so I won't forget it, is how does your spouse or partner or person around you feel about you having you have this disorder? Or tell you, my husband that I just asked him a couple of days ago. We've been together 12 years, and I was like, "Do you get tired of taking care of me? Do you feel like you know, got the shorty six the other stick because after these radio frequency relations and back stuff and all this kind of stuff, and he's there to take me." And he was like, "Oh, I'm not mad at that. I'm mad because you can't eat seafood." He said, "I'm pissed off about that." He said, "Well, taking care of you, no problem." So first, managing the pain, and then how is it, or have you gotten any feedback from your spouse about, because that's another ball game with them taking, that they're on. It's one thing still able to do some things for yourself. It's another one you can't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still a lot involved. Oh God, we talking about my brother.
Yeah.
He ain't doing nothing to help you. Simone, no, go ahead.
No, I think that things hurt when I do them. He does try. He does. I wouldn't. I could say maybe a little bit more help could be appreciated, but he's busy. He's got his hands in a lot of pots. So, yeah, as far as pain, that depends totally on what I've done, what I've done the previous day or even 2 days ago. Like, there's things that provoke, there's things, like telling you, sitting on a bar stool without a back to it. And sitting there trying to watch Greg play music or eat dinner or something like that. But that was torture. And you don't know until you get off the bar stool and you're like going, oh my gosh. And then too, there's things you went about that you just don't think about until they happen. And then you got to nurse it.
What about you, Simone?
The way that I pain, I try to make sure that I'm stretching in the morning when I get to work. Me and my baby stretch every day. That's a big part of my little regimen, making sure that I stretch.
Okay.
I'm a fan, try to take, and it didn't necessarily make me feel better. It kind of made me feel, it definitely didn't help with my career. It was making me drowsy off without notice. It was just a little, I didn't like that. I chose a different route, and I take a more holistic route. I definitely have tapped into like all medical benefits, cannabis. I have put it in my shampoos. I have put it in my soaps before. I've eaten it. I have definitely had lotions with it and creams with it, and a lot of things that have made me feel better. I do make sure I get massages. That has really helped me a lot.
It's like, how does, if your skin
because
is...
let me, because that's one time my partner helps me, because I only get it from my partner.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you can say less.
You won't catch me dead at the spa. Absolutely not. That hurts. But
okay,
beneficial for me. Me and my so I was 33 and I diagnosed when I was 23. But me and my partner have known each other since we were teenagers. So it has been pretty easy transitioning into just needing to care for me, I guess. But I have just taught him, I guess, to touch me, how to be around me, how to read my signals, how to not take my words for value because I'm gonna pretend to be stronger than I feel. Like, I have really just tried my best to hold his hand through so that it's not so much of a burden, because I do understand that it's a lot for me to figure out. So I know that, and I'm on the inside, so I know on the outside looking in, it's a whirlwind. But also motherhood and fibromyalgia me at the same time. Well, my diagnosis in it. So I had felt the pain 2 years previous. I told you I got tested or whatever. And then made me pipe up my doctors and really start getting answers is I got pregnant. I was like, okay, I'm in a crazy of pain. I was losing weight like crazy because I was in too much pain to eat. I was throwing up because I was in pain. It was just a lot going on. So I was like, and that's how I was pregnant, actually. But anyway, because I was in too much pain. But
That's how you found you was pregnant.
but
You
it,
got fibromyalgia and
but
you're pregnant. Is that it? It
but
was like,
it was the same maybe like week span
oh,
of me finding out I was pregnant first. And then
yeah.
and then I'm
Oh,
telling them like
yeah.
y'all can't keep taking from me because like I said they were taking blood from me so much, and I'm like, okay, we just know this. So like I always say just pray that this is even what it is because it took 2 years and then it was kind of rushed at the end. Like I said, it was process of elimination and maybe they just ran out of tests. But motherhood, like I said, motherhood and fibromyalgia came at the same time. So my make a new normal, you know how you guys got to recreate a new
Yeah.
normal, was a completely new normal. Like, okay, I can't get out of bed, but I have to feed a newborn. And it was just
What the hell
is that?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see if I can get this person off. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I removed them.
Thank you, sis.
Yeah.
I was like going, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?
I
Yeah,
am
that's
so
crazy.
sorry. Wow.
missed it.
You say you missed it?
Be glad you
I don't know. Wow.
Yeah.
Because I don't have
Okay.
my screen on all you guys at one time. I have it on whoever's talking pops up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, that man.
Mhm.
So
That's what I'm saying. But
you
basically, yeah.
said
So
you
basically,
kind of
my
taught him how
my
to
former partner,
touch
I
your
definitely
stuff.
taught him how to do it. And then he just wanted to. Like I just was lucky to have somebody that just was like, I love you enough to figure it out with you, to try, to really compassionate when it comes to that. I'm more so like my feelings about I consider myself to be a strong person because I'm just independently I'm just independent, like very naturally independent, even from my parents. Like I'm just a naturally independent person. So I think I take it harder than he does. And I do ask him all the time, like, are you absolutely sure this is not a problem for you?
Yeah.
And it has gotten to the point where I think the question is more of a problem than the fibromyalgia.
Yeah. So you need
Like
to ask him
asking me
that
because
question.
nobody is comfortable with insecurity. Like how many times do I have to tell you and show you and da 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 da? But then he also it's a reassuring thing because I'm in my head a lot about it, and so and we do kind of still always have to figure out the new stage of it because, like I said, I've had it for years now, and I don't know that I have it figured out.
You never will.
That's being honest. I know, Kanisha, you married 27 years or 26 years or so?
Yeah, 27 tomorrow. So
Tomorrow. Happy anniversary. So you've had it longest. How does Demetrius feel?
in the beginning, I think it was overwhelming for him to grasp because I was the one that maintained the household, took care of everything, and it became to where now it's all on you. And it was more than he could handle, and he's not the type of person that'll ask family members for help. Neither one of us were, but we were blessed to have such wonderful family and friends that stepped in because being sick, it don't take holidays. So I was a lot of times not able to do things for my son's birthday or certain. And I just want Sharon, I love you on here. This is my sister-in-law. She picked up. She was there to support a lot of things that I wasn't able to step up and do.
Okay,
And
I
at
thought she
the
looked
time,
familiar because I kept looking like
yeah.
she's either in our family or somebody's family.
But yeah, as far as what I do to kind of help myself, it just make sure for me, the thing that's most important is making sure I get my baths in. I take a bath at least every 2 weeks where it's nothing but Epsom salt. And I'll
You would
stay,
do bleach if they would let you.
hey, I sure would. I sure would.
You talking
Making sure
about OCD?
we're not
If
talking
she
about that. That's not the topic for
if
today.
she can bathe in bleach, she would do it.
That's
Okay.
not the
So,
topic.
but your baths, and they get that
Yes, and
in,
like she was, and like I was saying, just it was a lot as far as trying to teach Demetrius on how I needed to be touched because some days he could do it perfectly, and then other days he could be heavy-handed. So it would just send my body into shock and anxiety whenever he would come near me, and he just learned that he would read my And even if I didn't want to say anything or I didn't want to make him feel bad, I would just kind of take it in most of the time because I didn't want to overwhelm him or make him feel rejected either. So just making sure that, okay, he just wants to love. He's just trying to be intimate as far as just receiving that confirmation of you're not all about being in pain, but still wanting to show that emotional and physical support. But
Okay.
I'm grateful for the person that I have, and he takes a lot of time trying to work his schedule and making sure he's there for every doctor's appointment. And he does a lot of research as far as juicing, what diet would benefit me and help with the pain, and just into certain foods that can cause flare-ups and
Mhm.
add to that pain. So just changing my diet and being open to trying new things as far as when it's come to not just taking prescription meds all the time.
Well, that's and said he's researching and doing to help you as well, and same thing with my neck and stuff. My husband, he just my neck is getting he's rubbing my neck and he's making sure that the numbness and he just knows, and so just blessed to I guess we're all kind of blessed with having somebody that is there that want to do that. But you do, I know I do. I don't know about you ladies. Do you ever feel guilty?
Yes.
Oh gosh, yes.
Oh,
Tell me, where did that go? Tell me, give me.
A lot of things we feel guilty or anxious or depressed because of anxiety or but a lot of things I disappoint myself more than people know because I feel I let myself down.
But right.
What? Let myself down?
I mean, you a lot. You do a lot. And it's like, well, you can't really tell anybody not to feel the way they're gonna feel. But know that you doing a lot. I mean, you're an inspiration who has it, and some people are just, I'm in pain. So therefore I'm going to try to do physical therapy. I'm not going to try to look into anything different. I'm just going to take these medications, which is a whole racket that we'll have one conversation another time. And then I'm just going to let life just go by. So what I wanted to, why I brought you three together is because to show that you have this, but you still live a life.
You can.
Live a life.
I'm very up like this. I keep and I try not to move, but I'm very uncomfortable sitting like this. Usually have to lounge.
I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
Oh no, I love you. Those things you choose to do. I mean, it's my life. I don't
pain.
Oh no, not that. Just
okay. It's uncomfortable. That's one of those things that's uncomfortable. It's just one of those. As I'm leaning up right now because my lower back is hurting. So it's
so that's why I'm sitting up and sitting back and moving my shoulders. I'm trying to sit still, and it's on my mind to sit still, but it's almost making it worse because then I'm too conscious of not sitting.
Okay. All right. Well, what's your guilty about?
Not being able to be the type of person that is just more involved with family and friends and my grandkids. And even when we go on vacation, I'm not able to participate in the excursions or activities that my husband wants to do or should be able to do because I have to sit everything out and watch. And he feels bad because he like, well, I want to experience with you. And I'm like, don't feel like to stop your life and what you enjoy because of what I can't, participate in. I'm so be grateful for that. And you go ahead and I'm just enjoying it
Yeah, you got picture.
actively.
You taking the it's a team thing. You got the phone. You
Right.
record
But
and
know
and you
that
hey, great, wonderful. You got a 10, the whole thing. It's a team thing.
those I used to enjoy those things just as much as
Yeah,
he did. So
yeah.
now we doing zip line and he like, dang, I hate that you're with me. And I'm like, it's okay, because I'm thinking to myself, like, shoot, if I was trying to do it, I
Yeah,
already know what type of pain I
yeah.
would be in
So it's
afterwards. So
probably
trust
smart not
me,
to do that at all.
it's okay.
Yeah.
But just guilt as far as, not being able to do what I used to or what I would want to do more of.
Mhm.
But I'm learning to navigate those things now
Okay.
differently and figuring out what it looks like for me.
Well, good. That's very, very, very important to know what it looks like and how it's going to affect you.
Mhm.
Simone, give me what would you feel guilty about.
Um, I feel guilty about actually like about being able to get, and then I also feel guilty about the times when I decide that I'm going to do it anyway, and then now I'm in pain for a long period of time. But I just feel you gotta find some sort of balance, for me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I also feel guilty, and I don't want to. I love who I am, and I thank God for who I am. But I sometimes feel guilty for who I am. Like I sometimes feel guilty. I'm not okay with being a school teacher and just being that and coming home and being a regular 9 to 5er. Like sometimes I feel guilty. I want to do so much
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I genuinely to do it during the pandemic. Even though they shut schools down, it was like everybody's own battle of what how the pandemic affected them. And for me, I was like really, really sad around the kids. So I opened up in-home daycare. And I was like, all right, so my community says they need me.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm gonna just open up in-home daycare. I miss them, they need me, let's do it. And so sometimes I feel guilty, like, girl, just you don't have to do everything that you feel like you called to do. But then I'm like, I do. So I just be guilty.
I actually understand what you're saying with that because it's a lot of things that I want to do too, but it's a lot of things that I realize that I can't do. But Simone, you do a lot well. So it's like, your mind and everything got to up and be like, you know what you think is nothing else is 10 and it's a one. You're
No.
on the 10 and
Can I
so
say one thing I forgot
mhm,
to say real quick about how I learned to deal with guilt? One thing that really helped me was my son growing up. Like when he was younger, I couldn't necessarily understand how he felt. He wasn't able to express to me in the proper words how he was feeling about things. I used to project things that I thought he may feel. Like I feel
mhm,
bad because he might feel bad.
mhm,
And then once he got old enough to the point where he's like, no, I'm good. I understand. Like we just did Disney. Can't go to the park when we get back. Okay, it's fine. I understand. It got to
mhm.
the where it's like, okay, I have been putting a lot on him and on Kevin that then they vocalize it and it's just like, oh, I'm tripping. So it helped a
Mhm.
lot when my baby got to the point where he can tell me like, you gotta relax.
Your hero can't keep up with his
My
mama because he telling mom you need to relax because so to me it says is the mindset thing. It truly
Mhm.
is. And it's like if you tell yourself you can't do something, you won't do it. If you tell yourself you can, you can't. But situations that come where when you have a health issues where you can't do certain things, then you have to figure out your new normal as far as you still being able to accomplish things that you want to in life and not just say, you know what, I'm gonna give up. I'm just gonna stay on the couch. I'm gonna take these pills they're gonna give me, which is harming you even more because then now you're talking about your liver and then you gain, you're eating bad and great. Now you got high blood pressure and diabetes, and now you got all these other things piled on because of the depression that came from the original fibromyalgia and neuropathy. So really one thing, I have to stay prayed up. Have to. Okay.
Amen.
I have, thank you. Thank you, Father. I'm still here and I'm still able to do stuff. Um, So tell me, lady, to close this thing out. If anybody have any questions, absolutely. But I want to know. Oh, hold on one second. I want to know. You need it right now because I want to ask them one more question. Okay. So what is it like going forward for you, ladies?
Same.
Same what? This been doing?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So it's like, oh, it's coming along. I can see maybe a mindset, or maybe they come out with something that covers all the bases, but I can't imagine that because it includes so many symptoms that
Because
it's
there
really,
is no, what I read, is that
No.
correct? There's no cure for it at all.
no.
Absolutely.
All right,
Barely
so
treatment.
Kanisha, what's your plans going forward here?
To continue to take it one day at a time. Whatever God tells me to do, I'm doing,
There you
and
go.
how He tells me to do it. So,
There you go. Being obedient. Simone?
yeah.
Oh, well, for me, up. I'm not
I
slowing
know
down.
it's
No
up.
time.
I'm like, what business is on the horizon you got, girl?
It's up for me. I'm gonna keep going, keep pushing until God sit me down, honey. And then he do sit. We're gonna have a talk whether it's temporary or permanent. Cause I am not. I have no plans on letting this fibromyalgia stop me in any way. I'm gonna continue to be the best mother, the best partner. I'm gonna continue to grow my businesses. I'm gonna continue to show up for my sisters and my parents. I'm gonna continue to try my very,
Yes.
very, very best. And if I gotta take a nap in the corner to feel better, I will. But I'm gonna continue to show up for
Yes,
myself, my
yes.
loved
I'm
ones,
gonna take my
my
mocktail off of that. Say, everybody give a drink. Everybody give her a drink. Put your drink up for
Cheers.
that one, okay?
Cheers.
Now, I have a question for the ladies. Ask a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
I just want, does foods help more than others? I have this book. I don't know how true it is or not, but it's called Eat Yourself the Energy. I'm not promoting this for anybody. I just happen to have this book that my daughter had got for Christmas. She got me a Eat Yourself Calm and then a Eat Yourself the Energy type book because I like books, so she just gets me all different types of books. But one part of this book says when you're in chronic pain, there's certain foods that could help. And I just want to know if any of you had experienced eating any of these. It says salmon, ginger, cherries, olive oil, green tea, walnuts, and there's a whole list of, turmeric, if any ever helped any of you.
Yes,
No more
avocado, salmon. I love
Okay.
seafood. I love spinach. I love cabbage. I love green vegetables, period. So eating them
Okay.
raw as well as steamed. I noticed that it was making a huge difference for me.
Oh, that's good.
hmm
That's why I hear so much ailments are related to food, with certain, like you said, with this ailment here, like you said, it's no
Yeah.
diagnosis for it or anything like that. But this
What
is
about
good
you,
information, ladies. Very good information.
Yeah, Simone, any Emily type of you
I
guys?
don't know. I don't eat healthy. I know that. I'm aware of that, and I exasperate the issue. And sometimes
I'm in my lane, no room for distractions, only keeping what adds to my